When we start talking about making jewelry, when the client comes in, we have to sit down together. I will be asking a bunch of questions, trying to tap into the idea that they have, that they want to create. And so I ask all the questions that matters, and then I put the idea together. And I will, once I have the idea, I will try to ask questions about how tall, how short, how long it's going to be, what they like it to end up being. Do they like it round stone or oval stone or marquee, or what is the what are the different ways of doing that particular piece that they like to have? If it was a pendant or a ring or a center stone ring, what is it? I give them all the options that it's necessary for me to understand what they like, and then I'll figure out what they want and I'll make the drawing for it. And then once they see the drawing and they give me the kind of the okay, and that means for me to continue or to change my way. So once I have the drawing, I sit down and start carving wax or use the CAD design, which I have a really good guy that I work with, and I take him through the steps and explain to him what he needs to know, what he needs to do. So I'll come up with the design, and maybe a lot of times what I do is, like, because I'm like so good at doing by hand carving, so I'll have the client sit next to me and I'll start carving. I'll start showing them the steps, like do you want me to go longer, shorter, taller, thicker, thinner, round band, square band, like what are the there are a few things you could do when you're carving the band. There are a few things you can do when you're doing the prong or bezel set, or there are always there are different options of how it's going to turn out to be. That is something that what the client wants it to look like, and it will end up looking like that. That's pretty much the step where you from the idea, from the talk, from the idea to actual making the piece. And then we'll send it once I do the detail work afterwards, when the clients leave, usually, because that took probably a lot of time already. That usually goes to the caster, comes back the gold or platinum or whatever silver we are working with. We'll take that, we'll clean it up, we'll make it all sharp and beautiful. If I have to show them again, I ask them to come in again. So we go through all these steps, and afterwards, depending if we have pavé work or bezel, whatever, we'll get the diamonds for it, exact sizes. So I'll go talk to my diamond setters, ask them how they're gonna set, what they're gonna do, explain to them, walk them through the steps, and we'll get the job done over there, and then it comes back to me. And then once it comes back to me, I'll look at it and see if everything's correct. Once I give the okay, pretty much, or whoever is looking for this piece gives the okay. In this case, I do. And so it goes to, now it's the detail work time. The detail work is the most crucial, most important part of finishing jewelry, because if you don't do it correctly, you're gonna have this piece look not so nice, because you can't have eat extra the corners, and the prongs need to stay nice, and the inside carvings need to be shiny, and those are certain techniques and tools that you could use to get deep inside the corners. Certain wires, certain brushes, certain buffing, all these different elements come together just to have this beautiful finish on any of these pieces that we work on. So what I do is I follow. I don't let this piece go in the process without my provision. And so many times what happens is, in the process, the piece gets stuck. It doesn't want to finish correctly. What happens is, A lot of times from the casting we get a lot of prosodies or cracks. Those need to be taken care of, not need to be worked on. Sometimes a piece, instead of taking 2 hours, it could take up to 7-8 hours. It gets so annoying, and we have to stay focused. We have to stay sharp when we're doing this work, because it gets really not so exciting. So we stay focused, we make sure all the process is done. We use laser machine to laser all these holes, close them, repolish. What happens is, like, sometimes it gets stuck through going through the jeweler, the polisher, through to me, checking, making sure all the stones are okay while the piece is going through all this work. So doing and finishing high quality job, it's relentless. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of determination, focus, also a lot of expertise. You need to have a lot of expert mind to be able to work on this piece, and then put all that time to finish it, because a lot of the work already has been done. We cannot go back that much, but we have to go forward and finish this piece high quality. So a lot of the times some jobs are a little bit different. We have jobs that we finish organic look, we have high quality, we have like wire works and all this different kind of work that we do. So there are parts where need to be pre-polished, pre-prepared, and then you're going to continue doing over that. And so there are a lot of different things happening. It takes very, very long time for someone to understand and know how to do this, and not everyone's caught up for it either. You have to have that kind of mindset to be able to really learn this and then do a really good job.